What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today was a crazy day for Nintendo. We had the Nintendo Direct for the Switch 2. Today we're going to be talking about all the details, all the main stuff that you want to know, and some of my thoughts and opinions. So let's get started. It's been a long time coming. We've all been speculating on what this console is going to look like. We've had a couple years of leaks. People have been talking about Nintendo Switch Pro, but now it's finally here, the Nintendo Switch 2. And the Nintendo Switch is a console that I really enjoyed. I do play a lot of VR games, a lot of PC games, but I grew up playing Nintendo, so I'm really excited for this, and I'm pretty sure if you're watching it, you are too. So right off the bat, this Direct started off with Mario Kart World. This looks really interesting. It's a nice different twist for Mario Kart, where it's a little bit open world. You kind of drive around, explore the map, and we already had that piece of information where there's going to be a lot more players on the track. So there's gonna be a lot more NPCs or online multiplayer. So that's really interesting to see. Mario Kart World is a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive. We'll find a lot more information about it on April 17th. There will be an exclusive direct just for Mario Kart World. Next up, Nintendo talked about what the C button was. We've all been speculating on what it was. All the pictures and images, everyone's been taking guesses. Essentially, what's going to be happening is that Nintendo is going to be having an actual party system now, which is very reminiscent of the 360 days, especially with that extra camera that added to the side. So a little bit about the party chat system. You can voice chat. You can stream your game to your friends, what you're playing. There will be an extra camera accessory that you add and you plug into the one of the two USB-C ports that come with the console. There's one on top, one on bottom. So you'll be plugging that in there. You can have your face along with the game, kind of like a kind of Twitch stream setup. I don't know if you're able to stream to Twitch or YouTube, but so far they've only shown that you can stream to your party. Now that camera also will be integrated into other games like Mario Party. There was a couple cool features they shown off, but nothing game breaking, but it's kind of an extra added accessory feature. The party chat system will be exclusive to Nintendo Switch Online members, but it will be open to everyone up until March 31st, 2026. So after March 31st, 2026, you do have to be an online member to be able to access party chat and all those features that come with it. Next up, they started talking about what game share is, which is a really cool feature that we used to have during the Nintendo DS era. Now, with this game share, you're able to share your game locally and online with friends who don't have the game. So if it's a party game, I'm not really sure if all the games will work, if it has to be supported. I'm not really sure, but they did hint at there was a few games that they showed off where if your friends don't have it, you can play with them in a party locally or online. So that's kind of a cool feature that they brought back from the DS days. One of the most important features we've been waiting for is about the hardware, all the specs. So now the Nintendo Switch 2 is a 7.9-inch LCD HDR supported screen. The screen itself is 1080p and it can go up to 120 frames a second, which is supported. Not all games might run at 120, but it is supported. And what's really cool is that when it's in docked mode, we're going to get 4K 60. So that's a huge step up that I've been wanting because I do have a 4K OLED screen that also has HDR. So I'm able to enjoy those games. It was kind of hard to play some of the games in 4K on a 4K screen that weren't native 4K. So I'm really excited that the Nintendo Switch 2 is capable of that. Couple of cool features also. Like I mentioned, there are two USB-C ports. The system supports 3D audio. The Joy-Cons are magnetically connected, and there will be a cursor feature, a mouse cursor feature for those Joy-Cons. They showed off a few games that you can mimic the Joy-Con as a mouse. They showed it on Metroid Prime 4 and a couple other party games. So it's kind of a cool Nintendo-ish kind of feature that every system that we see, there's a new kind of innovative idea to be able to be immersed with the games that you're playing. After that, a few more features they start going into is the internal storage for the system is going to be upgraded to 256, and there will be new micro SD cards that will require faster read speeds. I'm not really sure if you're able to install the new Switch 2 games on older micro SD cards, if they have to meet certain requirements. I don't think they released that information out yet. They might in the future, so we'll have to wait and see. So backwards compatibility is a huge important thing for everyone because the Switch library is huge and Nintendo understands that. So what they did was the Switch 2 is backwards compatible. Switch 1 games will have upgrades for the Switch 2. Now, I don't know if this depends on game to game, but they showed off a lot of first party games like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Party Jamboree. There will be upgrade packs that you'll have to purchase. I'm not sure what the prices are for each game. I don't know if they're going to vary. There will You can purchase them digitally, and there will have, I think, new versions, physical games, physical copies of those games that come with the upgrade pack. So it'll say Switch 2 upgrade, and it'll have the Switch 2 box art. There were hinted other games that will have free upgrades. So those games don't seem like they have extra features and extra modes. The ones that they showed that would require a purchase have upgrade resolution, new modes, extra features that aren't on the Switch One. So that's kind of a plus and a minus. I know some of us might like, hey, I don't want to spend more. I already spent on the game. The game I paid $60 or $50. I have to spend extra to be able to experience on the Switch 2. But you do get extra features. I will be picking up some of those upgrades for certain games because Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, I never really finished them because I couldn't get past how it wasn't 4K. It just didn't look that well for me. And on the handheld, I'm more of a big screen kind of a gamer. I enjoyed Mario Odyssey on the screen; it looked fine, but I felt like games like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom do need the upgrade resolution. And I'm really excited for games like Mario Party Jamboree that will be getting new life and extra features to them, so I can go back and revisit them. It's not Nintendo without third-party games. Nintendo Switch had a huge success, a lot of sales, and a lot of third-party companies were kind of skeptical at first about the Switch because of the Wii U era. Now, once the Switch started selling a lot, all these third-party games started being ported over to the Switch. A lot of third-party developers wanted to develop new games for the Switch, but it was also hindered by its hardware. But now on this direct, they showed a bunch of not new games, but games that will be coming to the Switch 2. We have games like Street Fighter 6, games like Cyberpunk 2077, freaking Elden Ring. There's a 007 game coming out. Yakuza 0 is getting ported. There's a bunch of games that they showed off that will be coming to the Switch 2. But I think one of the craziest announcements, other than Cyberpunk running on a Switch 2, is that we'll be getting a new exclusive From Software game just for the Switch 2 called the Dusk Bloods. This game kind of has a Bloodborne vampire-like vibe to it. I think after the direct from Soft, they announced that the game's gonna be a PvPvE type of multiplayer game. That's all the details that we know, but it does really look good, and I'm pretty sure all the From Software fans will be getting a Switch 2. Majority of them, not all of them, will be getting a Switch 2 for access to that game. I'm not really sure if it's going to be a timed exclusive or a permanent exclusive because I know we had games like Monster Hunter Rise that were on the Switch and eventually hit the PC. I'm not sure if it was, like I said, it's a permanent one or a timed exclusive, but that will be coming out in 2026. A lot of Nintendo Online membership fans been asking for the GameCube to finally show up to the service, and we finally got that. There will be a controller, a GameCube controller that will be released alongside the Switch 2. I saw one of the Twitter posts announce that that controller will be limited to people who pre-order the Switch 2 online directly from Nintendo. So I'm not really sure if they're gonna release it eventually later on, like they did the Nintendo 64 controller, because that was kind of a limited release. Then they re-released it again several times. But if you do want those controllers for the online service for GameCube, I would recommend pre-ordering it directly from Nintendo. We will also be getting a new Kirby game and a new Donkey Kong game. I'm not really crazy about Kirby. It is fun, but I'm really interested in this new Donkey Kong game. So we'll wait and see for more details about it. They showed a little bit of the trailer, but I don't really think there was too much details about it. I think there will be another Treehouse event for it, I believe. So we'll be looking forward to that. So in terms of release date and price, it was announced that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be $450. There will be a $500 bundle version with Mario Kart World. It will be released June 5th, and pre-orders will be going live in North America April 9th with select retailers. I believe also Nintendo is going to be combating a lot of scalpers and bots. If you're already a pre-existing Switch owner, they're going to be sending out emails if you sign up on their website You'll be signing up to pre-order directly from Nintendo, and they'll be prioritizing people who already have an active Nintendo Switch member online membership, and if you actually use the console and have a lot of play hours. I'm not really sure if they're gonna go down the list of the people who have the highest amount of hours on a console. I read that somewhere. I think Tom Warren posted it. I So if you really want to make sure you get the console, try to pre-order it from Nintendo online. That way you also have access to getting those GameCube controllers. So that's all the details about the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. There are some things I'm kind of iffy about. The whole upgrade thing set up for certain games. Some of them are going to be paid, some of them are not going to be paid. Some of the things that get me really excited are the exclusive games. The hardware. We're going to get higher resolution, higher fidelity, more frames. We're going to get a bunch of new games, and I'm really excited what first party and third party developers can provide us gamers with this new exciting hardware. A lot more powerful than what we had before in the previous generation, which is really exciting. The only thing I kind of wish we saw is like the new 3D Mario. Maybe they'll really show it later on, or it's not ready yet. A couple other things that I noticed was the price of the games. I saw a post somewhere. Some the games are going to be varying in price. Some of them are going to be 70, some are going to be 80. Because Mario Kart World's going to be $80, but other games that they already listed are going to be $70. So I'm not really sure if it's going to depend on the game and the developers. So games are going to get more expensive, consoles are getting more expensive, and this hobby is getting a little bit annoying to some people and frustrating. But it's the name of the game, especially with all the worldwide global situations. But I'm really excited. Like I said, there are some things that kind of irk me a certain way, but overall, I think it's really positive. It was a really strong direct. We'll be having another direct for Mario Kart World, and I'm pretty sure a lot more information up until release. So let me know in the comments below if you guys are getting the console, if you're excited, what are the pros and cons that you notice, and let me know. Take care, guys, and peace.